It was an electric week for Washington and Lee baseball as the team finally brought their record back above 500. After a 6-run inning in the bottom of the 7th, the Generals were able to squeak a 10-9 victory past the SVU Knights on Tuesday. But that wasn't the biggest win for WNL baseball this week. Captain Dick Smithfield erupted yesterday afternoon as the Generals knocked down Shenandoah University from the top of the podium in conference standings. I even had the chance to catch up with a couple of the team's stars after the game. Let's take a look. Good evening, Rockbridge. I'm here at Washington and Lee's Captain Dick Smithfield. But the Generals weren't the only ones dominating the diamond this week with a grand slam in the first inning from senior James Newsom. The VMI baseball team trumped the Longwood University Lancers on Tuesday 17-6. And believe it or not, that wasn't even the Keydets' biggest victory margin this week. Yesterday afternoon, VMI baseball downed the Norfolk State Spartans on the road in a decisive 26-6 victory. The Keydets are back home at Gray Minor Stadium tomorrow afternoon to take on Mercer University in the first matchup of a 3-game series. Back in 2020, the Buccaneers had high hopes for first-round pick Tristan Wirfs. In the offensive lineman's rookie season, he showed all the signs of a future star. And ever since then, he's only cemented that thought. Right now, he is on a trajectory that leads to Canton one day. Certainly not a guy the Bucs want to let slip away and end up with some other team. And more likely than ever, after today, that's not going to happen. The newest owner of the richest contract in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, Tristan Wirfs. The news broke just before the Bucs took the field for training camp this morning. After practice, he officially signed his 5-year, $140 million contract with his girlfriend, newborn son Julius, and teammates surrounding him. Of course, Wirfs can now slip those pads on and go full contact during practice, something he had not done this camp without his financial security locked up. Now, $88 million of that $140 is fully guaranteed, making Tristan Wirfs the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history. What a day to be a Bucs fan right here in Tampa Bay. We're just starting to get numbers in for the races that matter to you. The presidential, House District 6, and Senate elections, as well as local city council and school board elections for Lexington, Buena Vista, and Rockbridge County. And we've got details on how your presidential and state candidates are doing locally. In Virginia, a Marine Corps veteran who pleaded guilty to making ricin poisoning was sentenced yesterday to 4 months of home confinement and ordered to pay a $5,000 fine after a probe concluded he had no intent to harm others. Vienna resident Russell Vane's interest in explosives alarmed members of the Virginia militia who feared he was a terrorist in the making. A search of Vane's home found castor beans and a white substance that tested positive for ricin. But prosecutors eventually deemed Vane a non-threat after a probe revealed he synthesized the deadly toxin out of pure curiosity. Hispanics are now the second largest minority in the region, growing by 66% in the county since 2010. As Alejandra Pacheco reports, the Latin Festival organized by Project Horizon gave this community the ability to celebrate and share their culture with the rest of Lexington. But many of those attending say growth comes with challenges.
The Hispanic population in Lexington.
Here in Lexington, we are experiencing some rain, and I do have to say I'm not a fan of all that weather.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Cammie, I know your job here is to tell us about the weather and not control the weather, but rain, cold, wildfires, please tell me that we've at least got some sunshine coming our way.
I know, Mackenzie, I've been trying to work some of my weather magic, but the skies just did not get the memo today.
More than 1,600 Virginians have had their voter registrations canceled since August under a state program that the U.S. Justice Department and advocacy groups say is illegal. The Justice Department says Virginia is violating a federal law by removing the alleged non-citizens during a 90-day quiet period designed to protect legitimate voters. The state contends that removals only happen when voters voluntarily disclose their non-citizen status to the Department of Motor Vehicles. Breaking news from the Trump transition team as the president-elect offers Robert F. Kennedy Jr. the position of Health and Human Services Secretary. Sources have long believed this would happen after Trump endorsed RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again slogan. Kennedy has yet to officially accept the role. Virginia's abortion funding organizations now face challenges from out-of-state demand. The Blue Ridge Abortion Fund, once meant to serve only Virginia, is now inundated with requests from southern states like Florida and Georgia. The Blue Ridge Fund has seen requests from Florida nearly double, with average travel costs reaching $3,000 per person, higher than any other state. To manage demand, the fund has reduced its call hours and now hits its budget limit almost weekly. Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. As Cami just updated us, the temperatures are dropping, which means it's officially basketball season. I had the chance to catch the men's and women's game, and I think I saw you in the stands, Valentina.
You did, in fact, see me there. I got to catch a great game and a win for the women's basketball team.